I ruined my brother's date night and had him come pick his 3-year-old son up after he dropped him off at my house right before my shift. My brother Kevin has been pulling this crap for months now. He's a single dad to a 3-year-old kid and thinks I'm his personal babysitter whenever he wants to hook up with someone from dating apps. The worst part? He just shows up and dumps the kid without even asking first. I work as a nurse and my schedule is crazy unpredictable. Some days I'm working doubles, some days I'm covering for other people who call out sick. Kevin knows this, but he doesn't care. He's done this 4 times already and every single time it screws up my work schedule. Last Tuesday was the final straw. I was getting ready for my evening shift when I heard the front door open. Kevin has a spare key which I gave him for emergencies only. I was in the shower when I heard footsteps and the door slam shut. When I got out wrapped in a towel, I found his 3-year-old son standing alone in my living room looking confused. The kid said daddy left and would be back later. I immediately called Kevin's phone, but it went straight to voicemail. Called again, voicemail, called a 3rd time, and finally he picked up. I could hear music and people laughing in the background. He was already at some bar or restaurant with his date. I told him he needed to come back right now and get his kid because I had to leave for work in 20 minutes. He started whining about how this was really important and he'd been talking to this girl for weeks. I said I didn't care if he was on a date with a supermodel. I never agreed to babysit and I had to be at the hospital soon. He kept begging me to just call out sick this one time because apparently his date was going really well and she might be the one. That's when I lost it. I told him he had exactly 10 minutes to get back to my house or I was calling the cops and reporting him for child abandonment. He started yelling that I was being dramatic, but I hung up on him. I quickly got dressed in my scrubs and started getting my work bag ready. The poor kid was sitting on my couch watching cartoons on my phone, completely unaware of what was happening. I felt bad for him, but I wasn't going to let Kevin walk all over me anymore. Sure enough, Kevin came bursting through the door about 8 minutes later looking furious. His hair was messy and he was wearing a nice button-down shirt that was now wrinkled. He immediately started screaming at me about how I ruined his date and embarrassed him in front of his potential girlfriend. He said she was confused when he suddenly had to leave and claimed there was a family emergency. Now she probably thinks he's a liar or has some crazy drama in his life. I told him that was his own fault for lying instead of just telling her he had to pick up his kid from his unpaid babysitter. Kevin said I was being selfish and that family is supposed to help each other out. I reminded him that help means someone asks first and the other person agrees. What he's been doing is just dumping his responsibilities on me without any consideration for my life. He grabbed his son and stormed out, but not before telling me I was a terrible aunt and that I obviously don't care about family. I yelled back that maybe he should try being a better father instead of chasing random women every weekend. It's been over a week now and Kevin is still mad at me.